What's good, everybody? It's Vaughn, and this is where you get that knowledge that you don't get in college. Go ahead and scroll into the description, click the link next to WeBull, and collect your 12 free stocks. So today, I want to talk to you about a conversation that I had with the vice president of Truist Bank. So I just got back from the bank because I had to finish signing some documents for the first business line of credit that I just got approved for. For those of you that don't know, a business line of credit is a revolving loan, much like a credit card, with lower interest rates. And instead of you having a credit card that you have to swipe, you have the ability to transfer the funds from the line of credit into your checking account and withdraw the cash. While I was there, I had a conversation with the vice president of that branch, and he had some interesting insight on the future outlook of our economy. What he said was he recently had a meeting with their mortgage guy, and in that meeting he found out that over the course of the remainder of the year, we should start to see a steady decline in the interest rates. And his reasoning for that is that the interest rates on the CDs and the money market funds are too high, and the banks are struggling to make the payouts to the customers. And he went on to say many people think that we're going to have a financial crisis like we did in 2008, but that's not going to happen because banks are giving out better loans. There are a lot more restrictions in place, so the borrowers are not as likely to default on their loans. And I was just listening to him, soaking up all that information because I thought it was interesting that he actually believed that. And I want to remind you that when people are sharing their point of view, you don't always have to argue with them. It's important to take things with a grain of salt and understand where they're coming from and why they view the situation the way that they do. And in this conversation, I understood exactly why he viewed the situation the way that he did, because his source was optimistic about the economy because it was in his best interest that that type of outcome were to transpire. That meeting was with a mortgage guy who has a biased opinion. If interest rates were to go down, then he would benefit because there would be more buyers in the economy. However, if interest rates continue to increase, then the amount of people that are able to afford a home becomes less and less because the amount of income people are making isn't rising anywhere close enough to the amount that it needs to be in order to keep up with the inflation. One thing that I'm beginning to understand about life is that when it comes to the future, people can only give you their opinion. Something that I did mention to him is that historically during recessions, there has been a lot of consolidation. So while the bigger banks will be able to weather the storm, some of the smaller banks will shut down and others will be acquired by some of the bigger banks. But deep down inside, he truly believed that interest rates are going to start to take a dip. He even said that around June, July, we should start to see interest rates start to fall. And I personally don't agree with that. Because if you actually look at what's going on in the economy, foreclosure rates have increased for 27 months consecutively. Repossessions are through the roof. And I highly doubt that the Fed is going to decrease interest rates just so that some banks are able to make the payments on their CDs and money market funds. While I was there, I also opened up a business bank account so that it would be easier for me to transfer my funds from my business line of credit to my bank account. And I thought it was interesting because while I was filling out the paperwork, he was trying to sell me on every single product that they have. He told me about their CDs, their money market fund, their credit cards, their personal line of credit. He even offered that I open up another business line of credit in another one of my businesses. And I understand that it's their job to sell those products, but he seemed a bit desperate. And he even mentioned that he was very surprised that I got approved for the business line of credit because the bank has been tightening up on their lending and he hasn't been seeing too many of those applications get approved. I thought that was a very interesting conversation, and I would like to know what you think. Go ahead and leave down in the comments below whether you think that the vice president of the bank was right and interest rates will go down, or he was wrong and he has no idea what he was talking about. But if you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so that you're notified every time that I make a new video. Until next time.